In a time not so long ago, in a city of sharp angles and rushing rivers named Berlin, there lived a man named Klaus. Klaus was a famous photographer, a magician of light and shadow. His hands, stained with the scent of chemicals and polish, were never still. They were always cradling his beloved camera, his Augenblickfanger, his moment catcher. He had photographed everything: the frost on a spiderweb, the laughter in a child's eyes, the crumbling stones of ancient castles. Yet, a quiet hunger gnawed at him. He felt he was only capturing the skin of the world, not its soul. So, he packed his leather bags, filled with lenses and film, and journeyed to the vast, sun-drenched plains of East Africa. For weeks, he traveled with a local guide, a wise Maasai man named Jobali. Klaus clicked his shutter at sprinting cheetahs, at baobab trees that looked like old men holding up the sky, and at thunderstorms that painted the horizon in strokes of violet and gold. Jobali would watch him, smiling a quiet, knowing smile. "Klaus," Jobali said one evening as the sun bled into the horizon, "you capture what the eye sees. But have you ever tried to capture what the heart feels?" Klaus, looking through his viewfinder, simply replied, "My heart feels through my eyes, my friend." One afternoon, driven by a whisper on the wind, Klaus ventured away from their camp, deeper into a secluded valley than he had ever gone. The air hummed with a secret energy. He followed a dry riverbed, his boots crunching on the stones, his camera at the ready. And then, he saw it. He pushed through a curtain of hanging vines and stepped into a clearing, and his breath caught in his throat. The world fell away. There, in the center of a perfect circle of flat, gray stones, stood a tree. But it was no ordinary tree. Its bark was the color of polished silver, and its leaves were not green, but a shimmering, translucent gold. They did not rustle, they chimed, a soft, crystalline music with every caress of the breeze. But the true magic was happening around it. As the golden leaves chimed, they released not seeds, but tiny, liquid droplets of pure light. These droplets, amber, rose, and violet, floated into the air, swirling and dancing. They were not fireflies, nor were they dust motes. They were fragments of the sunset itself, giving form and life. They swarmed around the tree, painting the air in a living, breathing kaleidoscope. The very light here was alive. With trembling hands, Klaus raised his camera. Click. What? He changed the lens. Click. What? He took picture after picture, his heart pounding a wild, joyous rhythm against his ribs. This was it. The soul of the world, made visible. He spent hours there, until his film ran out. As the last sliver of sun vanished, the chiming slowed, and the droplets of light gently settled back onto the branches, sleeping until the next sunset. In the twilight, the tree glowed with a soft, internal silver radiance. Klaus stumbled back to camp, his mind on fire. Jobali took one look at his wide, dazed eyes and nodded. "You found the Mti Rojo," he said. "The tree of spirit." The next day, Klaus rushed back to the clearing, desperate to see the tree in the daylight. But when he arrived, he found only the circle of gray stones. The silver tree was gone. Panic seized him. Had he dreamed it, that evening, he returned just before sunset. And there, as the golden hour began, the tree slowly faded into view, its silver bark and golden leaves solidifying from the very light of the dying sun. He understood then. The tree was not always there. It was a moment. It was the most perfect Augenblick he could ever imagine, and it only existed for a short, glorious time each day. He developed the photographs in his portable darkroom. But when the images emerged on the paper, his heart sank. They were beautiful, yes, stunning captures of light and color. But they were empty. The magic, the feeling of awe, the living, breathing soul of the place, it was not in the pictures. The photographs were just a hollow shell. That evening, he went back to the clearing, not with his camera, but with only himself. He sat on the gray stones and simply watched. He felt the chiming music vibrate in his bones. He let the droplets of light dance around his face, feeling a warmth that was not of temperature, but of pure joy. He wept, and his tears, touched by the floating light, glittered like diamonds on his cheeks. Days turned into weeks. Klaus stopped taking pictures. He would simply go to the clearing and sit, becoming a part of the moment instead of trying to steal it. He felt the hard, driven edges of his soul softening, smoothing out like the stones he sat on. The hunger that had gnawed at him was gone, replaced by a deep, profound fullness. Back in Berlin, they wondered what had happened to the great Klaus. Some said he was lost. Others said he had found a new, secret project. But Joboli knew. Many seasons later, a young, ambitious photographer from Paris tracked down Joboli. "I am looking for Klaus," the young man said. "They say he found something incredible here, something that made him disappear." Joboli, now old and grey, looked toward the hidden valley. "He did not disappear," he said softly. "He simply stopped being a spectator and started being a part of the picture. You seek to capture beauty, but Klaus learned that the greatest beauty is to be captured by it." The young man, confused, pressed on and found the clearing. He saw the circle of stones, empty in the afternoon sun. He waited, and as sunset approached, he saw the faintest shimmer begin to form. And there, sitting peacefully under the slowly materializing silver branches, was the figure of a man. His hair was long and white, his face weathered but serene. In his lap was not a camera, but his hands, resting calmly. He was looking not at the tree, but with it, his eyes reflecting the swirling, living light, a gentle smile on his lips. He was home. He had found the one thing so incredibly beautiful that he never wanted to go back, because he had become a part of it forever. He had finally captured the moment by letting the moment capture him.